Hello, Just Too Good here, and today I'm taking a look at LEGO Minifigures Series 20. Now this releases as early as April 19th to as late as May 1st, 2020. We're not entirely sure yet. This was sent to me early by LEGO, so thank you LEGO, but all opinions in this video are my own. Now these retail for $5 a pack, and there's a total of 16 minifigures. Let's take a look at each individual one. So the first minifigure is the Pinata Kid. Now this is one of those figures that is made because of its accessory, in the sense that if you didn't have the accessory, well, you can't call it Pinata Kid, right? Or you'll call it Party Kid, or do you have Party Kid in Series 18? Well, the accessory itself is actually really cool. I like the cool yellow. That's actually the name of the color for the base. And it is a new piece altogether, down to its tail design at the back, having some color, very vibrant colors at the side, stud at the top, and 2 receiving studs at the bottom, so that means you could put it across 3 studs with those connecting. You can even put a stud right there. That's kind of interesting. I didn't notice that at first. That's a really cool piece, and the figure itself I actually do like, even though it may be a little bit similar to Taco Tuesday guy or the mariachi with the poncho with the sombrero at the top. I do like the vibrant colors they chose for the poncho, which is a new design exclusive to the series, as is the sombrero's color and printing, which it has a little bit of printing on the rim. Now it is kind of weak that there's no torso printing underneath. It's literally just a plain white torso. And I started to think, okay, when was the last time we got a plain white torso in a series? So maybe that's something to just put it in circulation. Dark blue short legs is nice as well. Face printing is pretty cool, I guess. I do like getting younger kid face prints because they have a different style from the adult face prints, so getting new ones is always useful. But that's it for the Pinata Kid. Next minifigure is the Breakdancer. And this one actually uses the action pose piece from the DC series, which was the last CMF series. And the design for her is very interesting in its printing and coloring. I just wanted to show that pose first before we take a closer look. And I really love that hair-hat combo going on there, which is a new piece exclusive to this figure. It has printing at the top of the hat, and it seems like the hair piece is actually incorporating that one longer hair design that they use for a couple figures like Scarlet Witch or Elizabeth Swann from Pirates of the Caribbean. So I like it when they take an existing piece and kind of merge it with another piece, though this isn't really based off an existing Lego cap. It's similar to one that actually appears in the series of all things. The design for her torso has that nice salmon color that made a return last year, or coral color, whatever you want to call it. Love the leg printing with the shoes and those pants. And this boombox accessory in this bright bluish green color is exclusive to this in that coloring. The design of the face print, if you look closely, has a really interesting niche in the little nick in the eyebrows. I like when they change up the eyebrows just a bit. It is a shame that she has no alternate facial expression when a lot of minifigures in this series do, and she could have, since the back of her hair covers the back of her head. That would have been useful since she does have such an interesting eyebrow design to get another facial expression. There is some back torso printing as well. And next minifigure is Peas in a Pod Costume Girl. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of costume figures, but I've seen people wear these Peas in a Pod costumes before. So at least it's something that's kind of popular in the real world. I heard there's going to be a different version and build a minifigure with some slightly different coloring. So this piece won't stay exclusive, but the printing on it will. And that's a nice compliment. And that's such a niche release. It's not a big deal. What I don't like, though, is her accessory. It's an apple of all things. You see, there's no Lego Peas in a Pod in Lego sets, maybe one printed on a plate or something like that. They could have made a new piece for Peas in a Pod, but it seems like for a lot of these figures, they don't go with more than one new piece. And for a series that's $5 a pack, I would expect multiple new pieces with minifigures. It's something that shouldn't be a problem. Either way, if you take off the Peas in a Pod costume, you could maybe see what's going on here, that this might be like a tomato, or it could be they're making fruit salad and this is an apple and that's fruit salad, but that's what's on the torso. I don't know. I do like how the face printing has green lipstick. That's pretty cute. And this torso print, while very random, I guess it's cool to have as a printing. I don't know. At the back, she actually has a little bit more torso printing. And she has an alternate facial expression, which looks like she just took a bite out of the apple. Or are they trying to make it a tomato? Who knows? Next minifigure is the Tournament Knight. Now, this is a figure I'm not a huge fan of, but I'm kind of in the unpopular opinion boat of that. There are some cool parts I like about this figure. I like the new sword piece, but I feel like that's probably going to appear in sets pretty darn soon. I like the reference to Black Falcons with that faction design there, if that's what they were going for. It looks a lot like a crow. And I like how they have this helmet piece in a cheap set. Though it would have been really cool to get this helmet piece in a new or more rare color, or maybe even a new helmet or something like that. The design of the torso and legs has an interesting color scheme on it for sure, but I still find it odd that he doesn't have like a breastplate or anything like that. He does have chainmail there, which a lot of people pointed out, so maybe underneath that's what's going on and he'll be protected. Just seemed a little bit odd at first. And as a whole, it's just, we've got a lot of knights in CMF series, so when they do a new knight, I want them to be a little bit more creative. And I feel like this one, with its lack of a lot of new pieces, really the sword being the only new part, it just feels run-of-the-mill in my opinion. This knight from Series 19 was actually pretty darn cool. It kind of had like a White Walker-esque feel or something like that. This just feels like a normal knight. And now Castle fans who don't have any recent themes of Castle will find that pleasing. And I like Castle as well, but for me, this seems like something you could have just slipped into a small Castle theme or something like that. Not that we'll ever get another one. Hopefully we do in the future. Now the face printing underneath has a beard expression with almost a confident smirk, or it could be just a misprint on mine. Nope, just double check. It's a confident smirk, and there's no alternate facial expression. Yeah, a lot of minifigures do have alternate facial expressions in the series, so when they're missing one when they could clearly have one, since this is a helmet, that's a little bit odd. Next up is Pirate Girl, I guess, because we got a pirate in Series 8, but that was a male one, and then we got a swashbuckler in Series 12, which had a similar outfit. We got a zombie pirate in Series 14. So really, what's unique about this one? It's a girl, I guess, to gender swap thing. That shouldn't be something that sells it or whatever. I want something more unique. Well, what is unique is this hair hat combo. This was made for this series with that black tricorn hat there, and also this, what is it, nougat coloring for the hair, if I'm not mistaken. But it was also used in Pirate Bay, which is a big new direct-to-consumer idea set. You could see the color swap there. So the colors for this one will stay exclusive to probably both sets. I do like how they have a little bit of variation between the two. I think that's a nice little coinciding planning thing that LEGO had there. But at the end of the day, this doesn't feel like a unique figure to me. It just feels kind of run-of-the-mill, just like the last figure. Similar to other ideas, I do like this torso print because we don't have too much female torso prints for pirates. Also the same with the legs, which actually have some nice side leg printing as well. But there's no interesting accessory. They just do this little sword here, which is a very common piece. There's like 20 of them that comes in Pirate Bay. But in general, they could have maybe done a new sword like they did with that knight. They could have done some gold doubloons or something, but they don't. And it just makes for a pretty uninteresting figure. I do like her face printing where she has a little chipped tooth, also a mole. And she has an alternate facial expression where she looks a little bit more angry, like she just said, "Arg." Now, a figure I really like is the rocket scientist. This is an original idea and a very detailed figure for all the accessories that are included and all the different pieces. This is one of the best of the series. First off, 2x3 with a really interesting print of rocket schematics. And then if you remove that, you can get a look at the rocket itself, which is a simple build, but I like how they have an exclusive print of the NASA logo, which I know I can't say NASA right. Everybody says in the comments. That design is actually kind of interesting because NASA, while not necessarily a license, it's something they have to request permission for. So it's cool to see it in a generic series. But also the design for her is just loaded with some interesting prints. This baseball-like tee with the nice reference to classic space. Leg printing there. Also, a new color for this hair ponytail combo, which gives us it in the first time in black. And there's a space design at the top, which just says space. It's not like the classic space logo, but it's still an interesting printing. I would have preferred if it didn't have the printing, but it's not a big deal at the end of the day. And she also has a little wrench here, which to get the wrench outside of black is kind of a rarity, so that's cool as well. Her face printing is dual-sided where she has goggles on, and then she has a pretty relieved look at the back. I have very little complaints about this figure, and like I said, it's one of my favorites and definitely a standout here. Next is Llama Suit Girl. I don't know, a llama outfit is pretty niche. I just kind of feel like, I don't know, a lot of people are going to be wearing a llama outfit. There's no Lego llama specialized piece or anything like that, so that's also odd. Like, how do they know what a llama is? This basically has a lot of those problems I have with suit characters, where very specialized, also the accessory just sucks. Like, it's just a carrot. You know, Lego carrots are cool, but that's a very common piece in Lego. The printing on the torso and legs are probably my favorite part, because I guess they could be used for different outfits maybe. But the face printing is pretty darn generic. You can see right there, she just has kind of a smirk. Then she has a big smile. Like, I know each CMF is supposed to have unique printing, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's a reused print. But yeah, not a fan of this one really at all. Next figure is the Viking. This is a figure I absolutely adore. I love so much about this figure. First off, Vikings in Lego are quite rare. Now, we did have a female Viking, and you may be like, well, then this is just a gender swap. But this is unlike any other Vikings Lego's put out before. It's actually accurate without the horns on the side. Extremely detailed with dual molded legs, dual molded arms. Very awesome printing, not only on the helmet, but with this shield here. Love getting this cape piece, which is the good style of cape, the ones that are very soft, like those. I know those aren't popular for some reason. And also getting the beard piece in a new color. That's a new hair piece in a way. Oh man, this is a figure that's worth $5 in my opinion. I mean, I had to remove all that stuff just to give you a better look at the printing underneath with the torso there. The face print, which he has a pretty stern face. Only complaint would be no back facial printing, when they could have put that with this helmet on. But that's such a minor part because there's just printing and detailing all around. This figure doesn't really need it. I do like the cape design that just kind of continues at the back of the torso. This next minifigure, I think Lego calls the Super Warrior, but it's clearly inspired by Super Sentai, and my knowledge of Super Sentai ends there, except I think they use the parts from it for Power Rangers or something. So that's why it looks also very Power Rangers-esque. I still love this figure. I think it's a very unique figure. I know it's a trope that people have been wanting in Lego. I mean, heck, people wanted Lego Power Rangers in general. And how they capture that is using this very interesting helmet piece. It's a new helmet piece, and it has some very round shaping that I like. Some great gold and even bronze-ish printing at the top. Also, this sword piece right here, while not new, is new in this green coloring. It was originally from Ninjago 2013, if I'm not mistaken. And at the side, there's some great arm printing, as well as some dual molded legs. Everything on this figure just looks very clean, very elegant, and very cool. Underneath, one part I don't like is his face printing. It's just incredibly generic, and there's not even an alternate facial expression, but you're going to have him wearing the helmet most of the time anyways, so yeah, this is one of my favorites of the series. Next minifigure is the martial arts boy. Now, the most interesting part of this figure to me, since we've gotten a lot of martial arts characters in LEGO CMFs before, so this is very retread-like, this hairpiece in black, that's a very useful recolor of that hairpiece. And then this new piece, which is the nunchuck design. Now, a lot of times nunchucks use some stick pieces and the chain piece, but this gets it to a sizing that it's never been before, with some very short sticks and then this very short chain link in the middle. Now, what's interesting is that you cannot remove those sticks, and this is dual molded in that regard. Other than that, the design for this figure is pretty standard. I like the Lego brick on the karate outfit, or he could just be a martial arts person. It doesn't have to be karate specifically. I also like his alternate facial expression, where he just looks pretty happy. Though he does have a younger face design, and he has just full legs. I think Lego really needs to start integrating mid-legs into generic series or themes. It's something that they've kept only to licensed series so far. This next minifigure is the Athlete. Now, this design is pretty similar to stuff from LEGO Team GB, but that was a very niche series that did not get released outside of some parts of Europe. So I think a lot of people will be happy about this, despite the delay in the Olympic Games this year. This design has some interesting parts like this 2x2 discus print on a circular tile, the javelin or spear piece in white, which it hasn't appeared in before. This medallion piece here has appeared in other sets before. I still think this one has a little bit more of a bronze tint, but then I compared it to some other ones, and I don't know, I think I'm kind of wrong in that regard that it might be exclusive. Either way, they continue this specific brand of something that appeared in LEGO City, which is what some people call the generic Adidas brand. Remove the metal, and you can see that her numbering actually spells LEGO. People pointed that out in the comments. I didn't notice that at first. That's some little clever Easter egg right there. At the top, I am not a fan of them using this hairpiece in this color. It gets used so freaking much in this color, and it's so tiring. And then her alternate facial expression, she looks like she's in the middle of winning that gold. Or is it bronze? Heck, they should have just made a silver metal piece. That would have been so much more unique. Next minifigure is the Marine Biologist. Now this one is in a funky pose right now because this is actually using one of those action pose pieces. Just like the Breakdancer, this is one of 2 figures in the series to use that. And this uses an interesting method of that piece I call the 1x1 stamp piece in black, which is also included with the figure. I actually like that they included the action pose piece because when you remove the figure from there, and there's been figures with this problem before, if they have flippers, they tend to fall off because they can't attach to any studs or anything like that. That's a nice inclusion. Either way, best part about this figure is this new turtle piece. There she goes, falling off again. This turtle piece actually has a receiving set at the bottom, dual molding with the shell, and it just looks adorable. Look at the little head right there. It's a very well-made piece, and that's going to be the reason a lot of people get this. Because divers are just a very common trope in LEGO, especially LEGO City. I mean, this year we're getting a full-on diver sub-theme once again in the summer, right around the time this releases. So it's going to be overkill with the divers. They say Marine Biologist, but there's not much to really discern that. This design also includes this little top plant piece as an accessory, which has been included for a lot of figures throughout recent series for some reason. Also, there's the dark azure sleeves here, which has been in figures like the Clumsy Guy and Comic Book Guy as previous CMFs. Though I do like getting the flippers in dark azure because I haven't seen that piece in that color before. Nice printing, I guess, with the wetsuit, especially with the dual molding. And I like the little parts for the coral piece, or sorry, coral coloring. Face printing isn't anything too special. You got a sincere look there. And then at the back, no alternate facial expression. Weak. Next minifigure is Green Brick Guy. Ooh. But this is actually called like Anniversary Brick Guy by the official name. I just saw them post it on Instagram. Still, very similar design to the red and blue brick people from Series 18. Now, I don't mind them releasing these costumes in different colors, but it's something I don't think should be wasted on a CMF slot. Rather put it in like promotional sets or something like that. And even then, this is the figure to celebrate 10 years. So I guess you could say this is a Mr. Gold of the series. But with Mr. Gold, that one was very hard to find. This one has a bunch in the box. So I don't have any type of Mr. Gold figure in this series specifically. But to celebrate 10 years, you get a 2x2 tile that says 10 on it with kind of the background of the pack. That's it. I mean, Series 18, I liked the Party Kids where they had like Series 1 bags. That would have been more relevant than what we got here, in my opinion. Maybe you could have had a box of Series 1 or a box of this series or something. Something more than just a 2x2. And yeah, if they include a box of Series 20 as an accessory as well, I would still expect that as an accessory, so they would have 2 accessories, so it would have felt more unique. But nope, we just get that. Best part of the figure for me is this hair piece. This hair piece in this coloring is exclusive to this figure. I believe it's from Overwatch with Soldier, but it hasn't appeared in any other themes, so it's kind of cool to get that here. And Soldier's version had white. And if you didn't know, those are studs that work at the front, so if you want, you can put the 10 right there. Oh, and for those who aren't familiar with Series 18, to actually remove the legs, just go like that, and it just slides into place, and there's no torso inside here. This is a torso. Oh, and last part, because I'm pretty dumb. There's no alternate facial expression. Of course there's not. Ugh. The next minifigure is the 80s Rocker. This design uses a pretty interesting new piece, which is the keytar piece. Now, musicians have been complaining that the keys are inaccurate. I can't speak to that, but it does look inaccurate when I search up keytar online. The design of this is pretty reminiscent of other minifigures, though. I mean, there's been so many CMF rockers. He looks a lot like the Downtown Diner rocker dude. And I do like the torso printing with that jacket and the little lightning there. And also at the back where it just says tour and it has a very 80s inspired design. The face print right there is pretty chipper, I guess. It's nice to get some cheekbones, and at the front, face print very similar to the Downtown Diner rocker. I like the legs as well with the belt, and this hair piece is Luke Skywalker's hair, Old Man Luke, from the sequel trilogy, but it's the same color as that one, dark tan. For me, LEGO, just put different colors for these pieces so it feels a little bit more unique. Next minifigure is Pajama Girl. This design has a very interesting recolor of a hairpiece, sound like the 80s rocker, where we have Hermione's hair in this blonde. I like that a lot. It's a very useful piece in general, and I hope we get it someday in black. That would be super useful. The design of this also has a new piece for this rabbit stuffy. The torso printing is adorable with the rabbits all over. That even continues to the arms there. So yeah, this is actually one of the ones I like a lot more in this series. One thing I don't like is there's no alternate facial expression. With the similarity to Sleepy Boy from Series 6, I would expect maybe a sleeping face at the back like that minifigure had. That would have been useful because I'm not sure if we have too many little kid sleeping faces in LEGO, but they didn't do that here. And the face print at the front is just pretty similar to other minifigures who are little girls, though I do like the different color eyebrows there. And the last minifigure is Drone Boy. This design has some interesting pieces with this new drone top piece. This goes on a little Overwatch gun there in white. And this top part also has some accessory holes, and that's what they use, the new propeller piece, which you do get an extra of. So if you want to make his hat a propeller hat, there's a possibility of doing just that. As I carefully align this, there you go. Now he has a propeller on his hat. But in general, I feel like LEGO has been doing a lot of drones lately, so this doesn't feel as special as, say, if they did this maybe in Series 18 when there wasn't much LEGO drones around in in 2018. Other than that, though, this little corner tile piece is pretty cool if it's printing for a controller. I like getting different controllers in LEGO. And you can see on the gun right here, the Overwatch Gun base piece. This does have a 1x1 smoky black tile there. This torso actually has a reference to the monorail set from 1990, where it has the similar logo there. Some people also say this is a logo or a reference to the Time Twister's Timmy character, but I'm not really seeing it, I guess because of the green jacket's presence. Also, I like how he has a little band-aid there. Some people think that's a reference of the drone cutting him in the face, which might be a little violent. Also, this baseball cap piece in bright bluish green is new and exclusive to this figure. I really like that because I love bright bluish green. For the box of this series, which I was fortunate enough to get, not all of them say not for sale. That's actually something if you get stuff from LEGO, they'll put that all over their boxes because clearly you're not supposed to sell it. You're supposed to review it honestly. Which makes me laugh because when people are like, why are you trashing on something LEGO sent you? What, do you want me to not be honest with you guys? And LEGO knows that. They want me to be honest. If there's problems with their product, they want some feedback. Either way, you can see at the side, there's not too much special here. In the front, you do have that group shot there. Yeah, not too much else to show with the box. Now the pack is this silver, which the last time we got silver was what? Series 9? So it is a rare color, but remember when we used to get different colors for each series? Yeah, I like that better. This design does have a nice shine to it, though. That is a little bit commemorative of 20 series, so I like that. As for the minifigure checklist, not too much going on here. Even at the back, they have a little thing for 10 years, but nothing too special. That's it. So overall, when the official images of this came out recently, I was not a fan, and you guys know that. And does that change now that I have it all built and everything? Because I ended up liking Series 19 just a tad more than when I first saw it, and I was crapping on that series. Honestly, no, it doesn't change. I'm still not a fan of this series as a whole. Now, there's some standouts here. I love the Viking. The Sentai's pretty darn cool. Hip Hop Girl's pretty awesome, even though there's some disappointments I have put before with her. There's the Rocket Scientist, which those are really interesting ideas. And if they are similar, they improve upon ideas from before. But then there's steps back, I feel like, where something like this Knight is just one of the weakest Knights of all these series. I know a lot of people like it when I don't, but I feel like that. I feel like this doesn't have too much interesting parts to it. I feel like it's weird how he doesn't have like armor on him or anything like that, or chest plate armor. Another thing is the accessories on some of these figures, like the Pirate Girl and the Peas in a Pod, where they just have random stuff. Like, okay, yeah, Pirate Girl, she has a sword. That's cool, but that sword is such a common piece. Peas in a Pod has an apple. That's just absolutely random. Llama Girl, a carrot. Yay. I mean, I guess that's fine, but nothing interesting in that regard. And then you have figures that are just interesting because of the accessory they have. Keytar guy, in my opinion, as well as this marine biologist. Now, again, there are some good ones, too, compared to the great ones. Like, I think the Pinata and Pajama Girl are pretty good. But as the 20th series, celebrating 10 years, for $5, this just comes off as a major disappointment. And a lot of these don't feel like they're worth the money. So I'll end up rating this one a C. Sorry, but that's just how it is. But I know you guys disagree, and some of you agree. Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys later, and thanks again to LEGO for sending me this to review. Peace out.